Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. Captain's Log, Stardate 201510.30. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for a quick Captain's Log. I've only got 12 comments this time, and not a whole lot to talk about with you guys. I'm doing more product reviews and whatnot. I did one earlier today. Check it out on this. Actually, I'll just give you a teaser. Coloring Space 1 by Christopher Dahl. It's a very talented artist who does spaceships, and you get to color his spaceships. I mean, this is number 1. There's 2 and 3 coming up before the holidays, I believe. So I did a review on that with all the ordering information. If you're interested, check that out. Been kind of busy lately, both with Trekyards and other stuff, real life and whatnot. So yes, let's get right into these comments and questions, shall we? I will wait for something Dark Side review. That's from Galvers. Yeah, I'm doing all the Star Wars movie reviews. I just did The Empire Strikes Back the other day. It's kind of hard to find the time to actually film those, so they're going to be slow coming, but I'm going to get them all done. And eventually I do want to do the Family Guy and Robot Chicken ones as well. So that's what he's referring to there. Next from Michael Lohr. Hey Captain Foley, I love your Trekkie shirt, but so far have been unable to find one with the same font and that has the Delta on it. Could you share where you got it, please, please, please? So I have the black shirt with the white Trekkie on it and the little Delta. I got that at Old Navy probably 4 years ago. I picked up 2 of them. My wife has one as well. So I don't know where you could get them. They were at Old Navy, though. That's all I can tell you. Super Game Freak 18. Stuart, I enjoyed your review on the brewery ship. You know which one. And I'm so glad I found your channel. I've been a Trek fan for years, but I've been learning stuff about ships I've loved for years. I hope you're referring to you learn stuff from our site, our channel about the ships you love, because that'd be awesome. That's what the show is there for. It's to educate everybody, and yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Thank you so much. Captain Roxas, another wonderful Captain's Log as per standard. It's just me in front of a camera with nothing really going on, but thank you. I think Mondays would be a good day for your top 10. That way the different shows are spaced out. Yeah, well, in the last log I did ask for your opinions on scheduling, what you would like to see. I actually released the top 10 yesterday, which was Thursday, so check it out. But we've got a lot of top 10s filmed, so we're going to be releasing those kind of interspersed whenever we can get the chance. Other than that, I mean, Fleet Yards, we released episode 1, which is the T-65 X-Wing, which a lot of people really loved. They want more. We're filming 2 more over this course of the next few weeks, because we want to have like a couple in the bank as far as showing you guys what we can do with it. But we just have not reached our Patreon goals, and we're at $360, I believe, right now. We need to hit at least 500 for us to keep one of the shows going. And ideally we'd want to get 1,000 so we can keep Fleet Yards and everything going full time, because it is a lot of work. I don't think you guys realize how much work it is to actually research these, find the pictures, do the editing, do the filming, and do the final polishing and all that of the episode, so that you guys can really have a great visual experience. It's really hard work, and we'd like to dedicate more time to it, but we're not getting paid to do it, and it's just it's so time consuming that we kind of need that extra help. So if you want to keep seeing Fleet Yards and all the extra stuff we have going on, please, 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 please head over on over to patreon.com, patreon.com, and look up Trekyards and help us out. Or head on over to trekyards.com and just make a one-time donation if that's the way you want to do it. So yeah. Chris Gurney. To me, scheduling doesn't matter as long as it is as consistent as such things can be. Also, again, Great stuff, sir. Well, we do have our regular shows every week. There's Mission Briefing and regular Trekyards every week, Wednesday and Saturday. So that's gonna be maintained. So don't worry about that. But we want to add extra shows because we do enjoy doing them. I love seeing the finished product myself. So it's something that I would want to see as a fan. And if I could donate to myself, I probably would, but I can't. I could, but it'd be kind of pointless, right? You know what I mean? So. Captain Lokoa. I don't mind which day the other content will be uploaded. I'm just glad to hear about more Star Trek and other sci-fi properties that you and Samuel will or might talk about. And I know I might get crucified for saying this, but I actually liked the revision of the Connie, though I didn't love it as much as the OG. I think he's talking about the JJ Prize. Not with the OG. The OG is a TOS, but he's talking about he likes the revision, which is the JJ Prize. Connie or the Enterprise B. Seeing that beauty when I first watched Generations brought a tear to my eye. But I do agree that it was wrong to use a brewery for engineering. Every time I see those scenes, I just imagine they're in the TOS engine room. If you really want to see what the engine room for the JJ Prize would have looked like, play the Star Trek, the new video game that's available for the PS3 and stuff, and the computer. It's a little glitchy and stuff. It's not the best game. You fight the Gorn, but you do get to explore the ship a bit more, and you see what the actual engine room should look like, and it's amazing. I actually really like it. I like that game for that reason. You get to see more of the Enterprise interior, and you actually like it more because it makes more sense in the video game than it does whatever you see in the movies. So just throwing that out there. Check it out. Empyrean Frost. Would love to see a full movie about the entirety of the Battle of Wolf 359. Thoughts on this, Captain? I think that's a great idea. That'd be an awesome movie. Action-packed for sure. See a lot of space combat, and I think it'd be amazing. Joseph Bryant. You should do some movie reviews about the Star Trek fan films such as Renegades, Prelude to Axanar, Star Trek Horizon, when it's released, Of Gods and Men, New Voyages, Phase 2, and Star Trek Continues. I'm a little surprised that you haven't mentioned Of Gods and Men or New Voyages more often. After all, they do feature some of your favorite ships, such as the TOS Dreadnought. You should make an episode on ships from the Gods of Men, just like you did about the ones from Axanar. Were you at my house looking at my computer files? Because we actually have an old script from before we talked to Scott Nakata about the Icarus that talks about Of Gods and Men. We were going to focus on the Gods and Men ships, but we have an old script ready and prepared for that from like 6-8 months ago. So yes, that's something that's been floating around our brains, but we want to get things out there that are more relative right now. So Of Gods and Men's kind of on the back burner. It'll probably be done eventually, but we kind of released things because, Renegade was coming out. There was a lot of hype up to it, so we thought we'd release those. And, Axanar, so we were doing some Axanar stuff. Things like that. We want to keep kind of relevant. And when we have the time, should we reach our Patreon goals and actually spend more time doing this, then yeah, of course we can get more of those pumped out. But right now, we've got episodes filmed till the end of the year for a few things. A lot of them need to be edited and stuff still, so there's still work involved. But we've got a lot of backlog, and we're at a good place right now where we can write ahead. So people are requesting, I want to see this ship, I want to see this ship. Well, we already have like months planned in advance, so eventually you'll see hopefully what you want. I mean, for us to do every ship, I think is impossible, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's definitely something we want to try. So, and as for doing reviews of fan flicks, that might be a possibility. I would probably just do them myself, like I do my other movie reviews. I don't want to do a podcast on it or anything as the Trekyards team, because we talk to these people, we talk to all the people in each fan produced series, and we don't want to step on any toes and say, oh, we didn't like this, but we like this about this other one. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a fine line we have to walk there. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I think eventually Captain Foley might do some of those fan created shows. I think that'd be fantastic, actually. So great suggestion. The next comment or question kind of made me laugh, actually. It's by Zeldrak. Please arrange an order of hotness. Uhura, Michelle Nichols, Beverly Crusher, Deanna Troi, T'Pol, 7 of 9, and Jadzia Dax. A potential top 5 episode, question mark. Okay, well, Beverly Crusher's pretty hot through most of the series. Um, I'm going to have to say I'm going to put Jadzia Dax first, unfortunately. Esri Dax would be up there too, but she's not on this list. So Jadzia Dax, Beverly Crusher, 7 of 9, Deanna Troy, then T'Pol, then Uhura. I'd have to probably think about that more, but that's my rough outline right now. But Jadzia Dax would be on top of the list for the ones you suggested here. So Flame 5464. I'm glad you brought that up. The ship that you were building, I mentioned that had a place in the Eaglemoss collection at issue 50, was in fact the TOS Matt Jeffries Enterprise, since her TMP counterpart was released much earlier in the collection. Yeah, the 1701 was released as ship number 2 in the Eaglemoss collection, which Samuel and I have also recorded a few of the Eaglemoss shows, which one should be released later today, hopefully, for episode 1. It's another pilot. It's another thing that's very time-consuming, actually, with the way we've done it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, but I'm not actually building the TOS Connie right now. The TOS Connie has been built, my 350. I'm building a 350 refit, so that's why I got a little confused there. But yeah, the Eaglemoss show is looking really good. It's got some great visuals and some great commentary by Samuel and myself, and it's different than pretty much any other Eaglemoss show out there. And I know it's going to take us forever to catch up, but that's another thing. We just don't have the time to do it. We thought it would be a quick show. We really did. We thought it would be quick to film and edit, but it turns out it's like 4 hours for filming of the model and getting all the close-up shots we need for any details we talked about specifically, things like that, and then editing. So, I mean, we found out it's pretty time-consuming, so we're only going to be recording a few of those and kind of putting the smattering of those out there so that you guys can see what we can do and what we're capable of, and hopefully that'll attract more attention to what we can do for you guys should you wish to contribute. Because, like I said, I keep saying this, we need to be paid for what we do, considering the amount of time we put into it. So we need to make it worth our while. And unfortunately, the original shows aren't going to suffer. Like the main Trekyards shows on Saturday or the mission briefings should be fine, but we want to bring in top 10s. We want to do more fact files. We want to do all these things. And like I said, we got a number of top 10s done and filmed, so they'll be released sporadically. But yes, there you have it. Mark Fields. If possible, I would love to see a Trekyards episode on the USS Sagittarius. It's a cool ship from a great book series and Captain Terrell's first ship. Yeah, the Sagittarius is amazing. It's a cool little ship, and it is little. My friend Dave Blappy Gurton, he actually has been making the resin model kits for that. So I've been able to see the process and see the ship, and it's pretty fantastic. But it is very small. It is quite a small ship. But yeah, I would love to do a Trekyards episode on that sooner than later. So yeah, I'll definitely consider that. If you haven't checked out my video on the Blaposphere, which is Dave Blappy's office, shop, whatever you want to call it, where he builds these resin model kits and whatnot, please check it out. It's on my channel. Just look up Blaposphere, 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 and you should be able to find that. He has also got his own YouTube channel, so check it out and subscribe. I'm telling you to subscribe to his channel because there's some cool stuff on there. He's going to teach you how to build models and paint and get rid of seam lines and mold resin model kits and stuff. It's pretty cool. And the last question is again from Mark Fields. I just want to thank you and the Commander for your phenomenal work. I happily look forward to all your shows, whether it's Trekyards, Legends, or Top 10, and etc. So what are your thoughts on the new Episode 7 trailer? I said we had doubts about the new trilogy and its first director because I've heard things from people that work behind the scenes. But I'm hoping that they are wrong, but only time will tell. And please keep up the excellent work. You keep making them, and I'll keep watching them. Well, Samuel and myself did a Trekyards podcast on where we discussed the Episode 7 trailer. So check it out. That's another thing we want to keep doing is the podcasts. We just filmed another one yesterday. But they also take a lot of time to film. So I don't know how often they'll be released unless we hit our goals. Again, I'm sorry. I gotta keep asking for your help in that regard because we do want to make all this content for you, and we really do. But we need help. But anyway, what I think of this episode 7 trailer, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty phenomenal, and I think I've said this all along. I've said this since the beginning. You got to give JJ his due. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be fantastically action-packed, and he is a fan of Star Wars. He holds the material very dear to his heart, which I think he'll do it justice, and he's going to make it what it should be. He's not going to ruin it, I don't think. But that being said, I've heard these complaints about the trailer that it doesn't feel Star Wars. It doesn't feel, it feels like there's bad storytelling there and stuff. And I don't know. I think it's too early to tell. But from what I've seen, I've been happy. I mean, I got the goosebumps and the tingles when I saw that trailer, just to hear that music and to see the familiar characters on screen. And my favorite part of that was Han Solo saying, "It's true, all of it. The dark side, the Jedi." So he's come a long ways from just a bunch of simple tricks and nonsense. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, I've got to give JJ some credit until he proves me otherwise. Until he proves me wrong, I think he'll do a good job with Star Wars, but I'm trying to be optimistic about it because I don't want it being ruined like Star Trek was. And I really just keep telling myself, positivity, he's going to do a good job, and hopefully maybe he will. So just look at it that way. Be positive until you see it. And even after you see it one or two more times, and just let it sink in and realize, is this good? Is this continuing on the Star Wars legacy, or is this just, prequeled it without prequeling it because it's after? But you know what I mean. So I don't think he could do any worse of a job than George Lucas did with the prequels, personally. Anyway, I think that's it for today, guys. I don't have anything written down to chat with you guys about, but I do appreciate you watching, and please check out all my product reviews I've been doing. I've been done quite a few of them, so there's a playlist now of those. And those are things that are just going to continue. I'm not going to ask you for money for those. I mean, I love doing product reviews. I love doing movie reviews. My model build is still going to be a thing that's on here. But if you want more new Trek content or Trekyards content, we really do need your support. And anything you do is greatly appreciated. So thank you again, guys. And I'm looking forward to your comments and questions on this video. And until next time, this is Captain Foley saying, second star to the right. And straight on until the next Captain's Log. Bye! Had one other question about the program I'm running back here through some of these videos. It's called G Photo Show Pro, and it's a slideshow maker. It's a screensaver, and you can display videos, you can just overlap pictures, you can have different fades and different whatever. So that's what that is. I don't remember where I saw that comment asking me that, but it wasn't in my list when I was just reading. So I thought it was in my last Captain's Log, but it wasn't. But I gotta address that before I sign off. So that's it. Hopefully that helps.